The announcement. Nobody made out loud. Imagine waking up one morning and realizing the world changed while you were sleeping. Not with an explosion, not with an election, not with a war, but with a quiet shift so huge that most people won't notice it until it's too late. That shift is happening right now. Jobs are disappearing, but unemployment isn't rising. Productivity is exploding, but wages are not. Companies are recording record profits, but fewer people than ever are working for them. Something doesn't add up, and that something is the silent birth of a new economic model, universal high income. This is not about charity. This is not about kindness. This is not about governments suddenly caring about the lives of individuals. This is about necessity. It is about survival. The survival of the system, not the survival of the worker. When automation, robotics, and artificial intelligence take control of the economy, the workforce becomes obsolete. That means millions, even billions of people become economically irrelevant, not by accident, but by design. Universal high income is the bridge that stops that irrelevance from becoming a revolution. This script is going to break down exactly how this transition works, why the system needs it, how power will shift as a result, and what it means for anyone hoping to stay independent in a world where dependence becomes the norm. You chose the A tone. Direct, aggressive, unapologetic. So that's what you're getting. No safety padding, no softened language, just the truth as it stands. Universal high income is not being built to set you free. It is being built to manage you. So take a breath, sit up straight, and pay attention, because by the end of this video, you will understand why the future isn't coming. It has arrived. AI didn't accidentally take jobs. It was built to. Walk into any corporate strategy meeting today, and you'll hear the same question repeated in different forms. How do we eliminate labor costs? Artificial intelligence is the answer, and it is not a coincidence that it arrived exactly when the global economy reached its breaking point. Debt is extreme. Growth is slowing. Population is aging. Healthcare costs are rising. The old system cannot sustain itself without change. The fastest way to fix a collapsing system is simple. Remove the most expensive component, the worker. AI is not being deployed because it's innovative. It's being deployed because it's cheaper. A human requires food, energy, healthcare, rest, legal protection, rights, pensions, maternity leave, insurance, a stable social environment, and infrastructure. A machine requires electricity and code. A machine does not strike. A machine does not unionize. A machine does not demand a living wage. A machine does not threaten to leave for a competitor. In the eyes of economic power, AI is not a threat to the worker. It is a replacement for the worker. So when governments talk about universal high income as a solution, they are not solving unemployment. They are neutralizing it. They are preventing the consequences. They are maintaining economic participation without economic contribution. In plain language, you will be paid to exist because the system cannot afford the chaos that comes from millions of people realizing they're no longer necessary. If universal basic income was a minimum survival payment, universal high income is a participation payment. It keeps people inside the system, not outside of it. This is not a glitch. It is the next stage. Why universal high income is control, not freedom. The sales pitch is simple. Automation will take care of you. Relax, enjoy life. Work is no longer required. But look deeper, ask the right question. Who funds the income? Who distributes it? Who monitors it? Who approves it? And most importantly, who can turn it off? Because the power to provide is also the power to deny. This is where central bank digital currencies enter the picture. Cash is anonymous. Digital currency is not. In a digital-only economy, money becomes programmable. That means governments or central banks can assign rules to your income. They can allow or deny purchases. They can place expiration dates on money to force spending. They can restrict travel by limiting where funds can be used. They can block transactions that don't align with political, social, or institutional guidelines. And if universal high income is distributed through that system, then your freedom becomes conditional. Here's the formula. No one wants to say out loud, universal high income plus programmable currency plus digital identity. Compliance by design. You do not need police to silence a population if their income can be frozen. You do not need force to restrict movement if travel requires approval. You do not need censorship if expressing the wrong opinion pauses your access to food, housing, or services. Freedom is not taken. It is traded, voluntarily, by people who believe they are being protected. This is why universal high income must be understood correctly. It is not a financial solution. It is a behavioral one. It manages participation. It manages obedience. It manages dissent without confrontation. It rewards compliance with comfort and punishes disobedience with scarcity. It is not an economic policy. It is a social contract written in the language of dependency. How universal high income will be funded? When people ask, where will the money come from? The answer is straightforward. From the same place the workforce used to come from, productivity. But this time, productivity doesn't come from humans. It comes from automation. Robot taxes, AI productivity levies, machine labor tariffs, and sovereign wealth automation funds are the new funding model. Instead of paying workers, systems will pay governments. Instead of salaries, there will be redistribution. It is not socialism. It is not capitalism. It is automation economics. In this new system, the public does not earn money. They receive it. They are not employees. They are beneficiaries. That sounds generous until you realize what's missing. Rights. Workers have rights. Beneficiaries have conditions. And those conditions can evolve with policy, crisis, regulation, or compliance requirements. If you think policies are strict now, imagine what happens when survival depends on agreement. The system will say, we are providing for you. The system will mean, we are managing you. The psychological transition. If you remove work from society, you remove more than income. You remove identity. You remove purpose. And a population without purpose seeks direction from whoever will give it to them. That direction becomes influence. That influence becomes control. This is how dependence becomes loyalty. And loyalty becomes obedience. Not enforced, encouraged. How to survive without being owned. Survival will not belong to the compliant. It will belong to the prepared. Multiple income streams, skills AI cannot replace. Assets that exist outside digital systems. A network of humans, not platforms. The goal is not to refuse the system. The goal is to never need it. Take the income if it comes, but never rely on it. The moment you rely on it is the moment it owns you. The line has been drawn. Universal high income is not the end of the world, but it is the end of the world as you know it. Two paths exist: comply and be comfortable. Prepare and be free. The system is being built either way. Your response determines your future. Stay awake, stay aware. This is Felix. See you next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe.